Alright guys, well, I'm out here with the kiddos. We're doing a little bit of car camping. Actually going to be doing some hiking, but at the moment we're doing some car camping. As you can tell, it's obnoxiously loud right now. They're back in the distance, clearing out a path for another camp area, from what I've been told. But you can see I'm using my Grand Trunk Skeeter Beater, my Grand Trunk Funky Forest tarp. I set that up late last night. Sorry, Dorian's playing with the fire pit over there. You know how kids are, how we all are, we like fire. The boys, they slept in the Eureka Solitaire last night. They really like that tent. I like that tent because it weighs 2 pounds. So, you know, not a big setup really, but we all slept really, really good. And now that the sun is up, we are ready to make some breakfast and get rid of all this cotton that's blowing everywhere. As you can see, it's not paper laying everywhere, that's white fuzz. So we're gonna collect some, use it as a fire starter. We're gonna make some breakfast on the Solo stove. I got this from Omaha Knife. I'll put a link to their website once I'm done uploading the video, but so we're gonna check this out, guys. Looks pretty sweet, huh? All right. Here we go. I'll show you what I got here so far for my Solo stove. I've got the Solo stove itself, which is actually inside of the Solo Pot 900. Pretty rigid, pretty sturdy. It's got a nice locking handle. Push it over to the side there. That way you'll be able to grab it if it's cooking. Won't burn you. See that? How it just goes. Pretty decent. It's pretty nice. Rubber coated. No heat transfer to your fingertips. At least that's how it's supposed to work. We'll find out here in a bit. So, inside, I actually don't have the Solo bag. What I have is a handkerchief, because I believe that you should always have a handkerchief with you. So, inside my handkerchief, I've got the Solo stove. And that Solo stove being set up. So, let's get it started. Before I do anything, I'll show you guys the inside. Here, let me take this. See the nichrome wire in there? That has a melting point of 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the same stuff that they use in toasters. Alright guys, well, also into addition with using the Solo stove and the Solo Pot 900, I'm also going to be using the windscreen from Solo Stove as well. It says Solo Stove windscreen on it. Pretty decent. What I like about it is it's got, I have it upside down, but it's got these nice little stakes right here that you can put in it, and they'll hold your windscreen in place. It's pretty cool. Like that. Really sweet. Same way over here on this side. Bring it around and just push the stake down in here like that. Seen how I did that or not? Stakes are right here. Just push on down into the ground there like that. So it's pretty decent. My windscreen is actually staying, so that's always cool. I'm using this cotton that we found laying all over the place. Furry stuff. It's pretty decent. So, interested to see how it's all going to work out. All right, I got to admit right off the bat, this thing is doing pretty awesome. You guys can look right here along the top. It is already gasifying. That's pretty admirable. There we go. Windscreen's doing a really good job. Now there's a lot of stuff in there, so I'm not just gonna throw little sticks in. I'm gonna throw a bunch of other things in there too. Why not? I'm gonna throw this. Let go burn. Pretty decent. I've got some more of this cotton stuff, but since the kids and I are not done eating today, we're also going, well, I'm gonna save some of it for later because we're still gonna go hiking some more. So, I don't know if you can really see it on the camera or not. Let me see if I can bring it in here. Show you how well it's actually feeding through those vents. See, it's really cool. Alright, well, figure let's get it set up, huh? We got a nice burn going on. I got it down a little bit. I'm going to put the ring on it. Oh yeah, it's just literally destroying that stuff when I put it down there. It's catching so fast. Got my solo pot over here. In there. Now I am using some wood that's a little bit wet. Not much I can do about it. It just happens to be the happens to be the season right now. Cool thing about this solo pot, it's actually got a pour spout on the end of it, so I also don't have to worry about any overboils. So we're gonna get this water going. Now, I have heard people talk about the fact that they don't like the size of this feed port here, and I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't think it's really that bad in size. I think it's pretty easy to feed. Got a really nice fire going down in there. Pretty windy where I'm at right now, so I did use the windscreen and it worked phenomenal. A little bit of coals and ash down there. It's still burning, so I'm just gonna let it burn out while the kids are eating their breakfast. Alright guys, well, I am done using the Solo Pot 900 for this meal for breakfast. I did go ahead and use my handkerchief here. I wiped off anything that would come off, and that's good for me because, like I said, I'm going to be using it some more today, and it's not coming off on my hands, so I'm not really concerned about that. If I'm really concerned about the color of it, I can always scrub it at home, but as far as on the trail, good to go. Not to mention, it's really cool when it starts to change all the numbers to different color. Yeah, I like it. Now, as far as The Solo stove, it is burned out. Pretty burned out. Actually, the stove itself isn't even hot at all. So that's it. Lay ash out of it. Empty. Cool to the touch. Wow, that's even cool as well. And I will tuck it into its handkerchief, like I like to do. Stick it right back into the Solo Pot 900. Tuck in my handkerchief there. And I'll take the Solo Pot bag, which is cool that it's black, because we don't want it transferring. Even if there is a little bit of stuff on there, you don't want your stuff just to look dirty even after you clean it. I mean, we can all be a little picky sometimes. That's it. As far as the windscreen, it actually did a really good job. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, it's a windscreen. But I do like these little pegs that they have in them. It's pretty cool. You're not worried about trying to hold it, and it's still really lightweight. And it does come with its own little case as well. So that's kind of unique as for me. I'm used to homemade windscreens and such like that, but well, hey guys, Shane here, and I'm out again. I've been using the Solo stove that I've got. I used it yesterday when I went hiking with my youngest kiddos, and we did an overnight, and that thing worked out really well. So I've been out hiking today, and you know, just kind of really enjoying my last day off before the work week. And I tell you what, it's nice to get out. It's really nice to get out. So I'm actually going to be hiking for about another mile, and find a nice spot, and maybe one that's a little more open. I'm pretty boxed in here. If you can see, that is some dense woods all the way around me, except for where I'm going. Other than that, pretty boxed in. I'm gonna go find a area that's a little more opened up. I got about another mile of this, and I'm gonna make some dinner and relax. Sounds great. So we'll talk to you soon. One thing I do is I dehydrate a lot of my own soups, my own meals. So what I do before I eat any meal is I soak it in water just for a few minutes, just to kind of let it soak. If I would have been out on the trail, you know, and I would have had a lot longer to do this, not fighting. Well, I mean, I am on the trail, but I guess if I would have not been fighting daylight, or if I would have already had a camp set up, not just enjoying a really nice hike, I would have let this sit out for about 15 minutes. But since I'm not doing that, I'm actually just going to go ahead and throw it right up on top of the stove. Here comes the lid. See that there? I just threw that in there to show you guys. About 30 seconds it took. But my food is already done. I'm gonna enjoy it.